All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yorkshine podcast. This is your host, Ray Kasumi, aka Michael, here with the other host,
Jacory, aka Mr. 3315. Check out my channel.
and we're here with our co-host.
I am not driving. I'm traveling.
He's
That's
traveling.
not
You
that's not an intro, but yeah, you. And then we're here with our guest/friend Ethan, and I don't know his YouTube channel.
Hey, don't worry about
Okay. But what was it that you wanted to? What did you wanted to talk to us about? Mr.
You,
Cameron.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, my mic's fucking up a little bit with my Discord. But anyways, sovereign citizen cards. They're these people who essentially think they can cheat the law. Like, they say because I didn't consent to it, I don't have to abide by the law, but I can still appreciate all the inner workings of society. Like, I can still use technology, I can still use your toilets, your roads, and all that. But I don't have to follow any of your rules. For some reason, this makes sense to them. And they say they're not the person on the birth certificate, so they're not a person; they're an individual. I mean, they can play all these little semantic, technical games that they want, but when reality comes, they're gonna get tased, they're gonna get fucking shot. So they're retards.
What are they trying to say that they're not a person, they're an individual? What's the actual difference? Like, I don't.
They're like they're like the person is like some kind. They say the person on the birth certificate is a corporation, and they say they're not a corporation; they're an individual.
I don't think I understand what that. Are they
Yeah,
stupid?
like your mom isn't a corporation; she's an individual.
I'm just gonna have to stop
it. It's
you right
something
there.
like, I'm here, but I'm not a part of you.
So what they're trying to say is that basically what they're saying is fuck the system.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They're not even saying fuck the system. They're using the system. They're still driving cars and all that. They're still using money. They're just saying fuck the rules of the system. But they're still gonna benefit from the system. Well, they want to anyways.
Okay, yeah, you can't choose to benefit off the system and then choose when you don't want to listen to the system. That's not how it works. If
you're gonna say fuck the rules of the system, then you're not an American citizen. Then you can be shot at because you're an alien. You're a foreign
You're a terrorist.
person.
Yeah, you're a terrorist.
Not a terrorist, but you're not from America, so they can like deport you, kill you, whatever. Just say get the fuck out of my land.
Okay, you cannot just be shooting people.
Tell the police that, man.
Yeah, tell
Wait,
them
no.
that.
Wait. We cannot just be shooting individuals.
Tell the police that, man. Tell the police that, man.
Shoot.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna shoot them.
Yeah, especially if they're black. If
Like,
they're black.
yeah, that one dude that was black, he was like, I am not driving. I'm an individual. And sir, he was like, am I driving? No, I'm not. He's like, yes. He's like, no, I'm not driving. I'm traveling. And the cop just broke his window and then tased him. He's like, he wasn't having that shit.
What's the difference? What's the difference between driving and traveling, though? I don't think
It's something with them. They say they're not driving. They're traveling in their mobile vehicle.
Are they all stupid?
Yeah.
Regardless,
I think there's a reason when they want to hack the law.
What?
They want to act.
What do you
the law.
mean?
Like,
Hack
one
the
thing, she was just ranting out. She was like, the Articles of Confederation. I never said it. She was just going on and on. And the cop didn't give a fuck. First of all, he just arrested the dude. Like, he didn't give a fuck what the dude said. And then he was trying to he was trying to conversate with the girl so he didn't have to manhandle her. So eventually he was just like, whatever. And he just arrested her and ignored what she was saying.
Wait, why did he pull them over in the first place? Like, what were they doing?
I don't know. I forgot. Well, actually, no. The video didn't show it. They started recording after they got pulled over.
Was it because they were like speeding or something? Because
I do not know. They got pulled over. They started recording after they got pulled over.
and they probably didn't get any detail to why they were pulled over, didn't they? They probably were doing something illegal, and they probably had a right to be pulled over, and then they just decided to act an ass about it.
Yeah, this is one of those moments.
Yeah, this one dude kept saying open your door. He was like, I do not have to consent. I am not a corporation. I'm not a citizen of the United States. I'm an individual. And then he just kept saying that. And the dude was like, he didn't care. He was like, pull over. And then he had the gun out, and then he just shot him when he wouldn't do it.
Wait, what?
He was like, get out.
Did he kill him?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ! I mean, to be fair, he did kind of deserve that. He was being an asshole.
This world is too violent.
Then there's
for me.
that one prisoner.
I need to elope to
There's
this
that one
planet.
inmate guy who just talked to. He was like, he was getting his sentence. He was like, I am not. It was like, I'm gonna just say Michael Wilson. His name was Michael something. He was like, I am not white. Michael Wilson. He was like, who is that man? He was like, I am an individual. Michael Wilson is a corporation.
So like,
And it was-
identify himself. All individuals are supposed to identify themselves with a name. So does he not? Does
The
they
judge-
not have their
The
own
judge
name?
was like, the judge was just like, okay. He was like, whatever. He just went to the next person.
How long did he get? How long was his sentence?
I do not know. Like the clip, like just cut off after that. There's another sovereign sentence, and he was trying to get past these two bodyguards to go to the courtroom. He was like, you can't go. He was like, I am not that person. I'm an individual. You have no right to stop my travel. I was like, I'm traveling. You have no right to stop. And he was like, I'm a free passenger of the sea or life, something like that. He's starting to get all spiritual and shit. And the dude was like, whatever. He just tased him.
Sounds perfect.
People are delusional. But anyways, what are y'all topics?
Oh well. My topic is about YouTube, man. Again, except it's not the same thing.
God.
It's not the same thing.
Okay, what
It's
about
not the
it? What
same
about it?
thing. I don't want to talk about just YouTube again and how it's dying. Basically, I want to talk about our future on YouTube.
As many people have said, YouTube just needs competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, YouTube definitely needs competition. Because, like, they're just doing whatever they fucking want at this point.
Like I miss
And I
the
mean-
old YouTube.
I mean, Twitch is starting to do stuff where you can
I know.
upload video.
Twitch used to be like it used to be like kind of something to fall back onto, but it wasn't like a big thing. Now it's like becoming a big thing.
Twitch has always been big. Like you could always also say like, well, not always, but at least like 2 years ago, you could always say VODs on Twitch. I love
Save.
Twitch.
Save who?
Like it's called like VODs. You could always save your entire streams from like a certain session and then just have them there. I think it's up to like 100 and something. They disappear after a while, but that's like 100 full Twitch streams that you probably wouldn't want to go back and watch anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't want to go back and watch it. Still, I mean, they're starting to allow you to upload videos actually on the site now, which is, I mean, it's good for a start, but like, still, they're not really like as big as YouTube, and also, apocalypse is cancer from what I hear. I mean, we're small, so we don't. Have
What
to
do
deal
you
with
know?
shit.
I was going to say, what do you know about the apocalypse?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're small. We don't have to deal with shit. But I like heard.
It only
like,
affects either rich people or people who wanted to go full time but didn't have the subscriber base to do it.
Yeah. But YouTube has been fucking people up for a while though. Like it was this YouTuber that I watched a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure what they did to him. But all I know is that they messed with his name. I don't know if y'all know who Blame Truth is, but
Hey, that was the first Call of Duty YouTuber.
yeah, I liked Blame Truth. He was one of my favorite Call of Duty YouTubers. But I don't know what they did, but they fucked him up. So he just stopped. He really doesn't upload on YouTube anymore. All he really does is stream on Twitch. And it's good that he can do that because he actually makes his living off of Twitch now. And you know, I'm happy for him. I like Blame Truth. He is.
Those
I
videos
still.
in my sub box, those alerts. I'm streaming.
Yeah, the alerts to the streams. Yeah, that's what I do. That I get those alerts, and so I have it where whenever he streams, I get an alert on Twitch. I don't always go and watch his streams, but I do like watching them. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah. Appears Grand Theft Auto is falling in viewers on Twitch lately.
Good. Good.
I feel like it has something to do with with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and Overwatch. To be honest,
If it's not GTA RP, I'm not watching it.
What?
If it's not Djibouti Dubs GTA RP, I'm not watching it because it's boring.
it's like it was literally okay. I don't think people realize this because like they're looking at Twitch and they're like, "Why is GTA 5 like big on Twitch right now?" And it was literally only because of GTA RP. It was only GTA RP. No one was streaming like the normal game. And now it's just
No one is gonna stream normal GTA. No one gonna watch that shit.
Yeah.
That's not.
Get out of here.
That's not. What was it that you showed me? What did he say?
Why would I watch something
what
that I can go
did he
play for $60?
What? No. That sounds even worse.
Why would I go watch something for free that I can go play for $60?
I mean, that's
here.
every game. As every game ever on YouTube. What you're saying is, just don't. What you're saying basically is, instead of watching the YouTubers play the games, just go buy the game and play.
I mean,
just pay 60.
if you're broke, just watch the YouTubers.
Exactly. Like say you're a poor black man. Like I don't want to point any fingers
Hey,
here,
who,
but like
who you calling poor?
Broke
Calling-
ass college student.
you're a poor broke college student like me, and there are certain games that you want that you can't have. You're gonna go on YouTube and watch somebody else play it because that's the only way you can get your shits and giggles by watching someone else do it.
Oh, the Brad looking at that shit ninja looking at no.
I always watch Tetra Ninja. He's the best place to watch gameplays. Except for The Walking Dead for a bit. Because I don't know what was wrong with him. He would let his girlfriend play the bad side and he'd play the good side. And sometimes he'd like restart the game, like he'd keep playing. And it would be off the bad choices. And I'm like, God dang it, you're breaking the immersion. I left and you chose all the good choices and now it's like good and bad. What happened?
Hey, get the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana.
I don't want it.
You can't choose only the light or the dark. You have to be perfectly in between.
No,
Gotta get the best of both worlds.
no.
Exactly.
Hannah Montana fell off her pedestal a long time ago.
I feel like when people are playing like choice games and they're doing it for YouTube, I feel like they're kind of slightly obligated to pick up like an assortment of those choices because like people want to see this, but I want to do this. Yeah.
I mean, if they have if you're trying to like appeal to your fan base, well, okay, you could. How do I say this?
People want to see the bad choices because they're not going to do it themselves. People want to see the evil.
That's true. That's true. I do go to see, like, whenever I'm playing a game and I don't want to do something that might potentially fuck up my game, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna watch somebody else do it to see what it does.
Nah, you go, you make your mistakes, and you move on. Ruin the save file.
No. I'm just not gonna do that.
Nah, you gotta ruin an entire save file.
Or just don't save it after you do it. Cut it off immediately.
At least back in the day. At least back in the day with Infamous, like, you know if you're doing something wrong. Because it's clearly either you're being a good guy or you're just being infamous. But nowadays, you got all these choices. You got Life is Strange. You're making mistakes. Your plant's dead.
You know, y'all want to know about a really, really big mistake that was made?
You being
and that
born?
they're trying to. I mean, that's not even a mistake. That's just wrong. But you know about a big mistake that's been made that they're currently trying to fix.
What was that?
I want you to guess.
Hold up, mom's calling me.
Okay, I want y'all to guess though. Guess a game. Guess a game that was a mistake that they're trying to fix.
There's blatantly no way to guess that.
Yeah, no, I mean, Jacory, I think he should know. No Man's Sky. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. No Man's Sky.
Dude, No Man's Sky is old, past history. It's gone. Nobody cares anymore.
I paid $60 for that game.
And you were wrong.
60.
You should
I
have.
remember
You
asking
should have
you why
waited.
you bought it.
You should have
I remember
waited.
asking you why you bought it, and you said it's something that I'd be interested in. I'm just like, the game is bad. It's clearly a bad.
You should have
Okay.
waited.
What do you mean? I was
No,
ready.
you bought it. You bought it like immediately as it came out. And I was like, Michael, maybe you
Yeah,
should
no.
wait until people
Wait it-
start playing it
wait-
on YouTube and stuff.
No, he didn't buy it immediately. I remember when he did. Like,
Are you
I
sure?
wanted,
a
like,
little bit
okay.
after.
No,
It was
it came out-
after when people had realized the game was already bad.
No,
And then he was like,
it came out on PC first, and then like I didn't really watch too much gameplay on it, and then I bought it because I was trying not to spoil anything, and I bought it, and then I played it,
And then he found out
then-
it was trash.
and then I found out I wanted to fucking care, but now they're trying to add a lot of stuff to it to fix it and stuff, but it's just like, is it even worth it? Is
No.
it even worth? Because I know. They added multiplayer to it now, but like, I mean, you should have had that at launch. And let's not talk about the animals. Let's just not talk about the wildlife that they have on every planet. That is the exact same, except a limb will be in a different spot. The head is going to be the ass this time on the other planet. That's literally all that they're going to do.
No.
Also, I wanted to talk about this last time. Okay, so we know that I'm a thief. We know this. I try.
Yeah, he's saying this on YouTube. The feds are watching. They're gonna find you.
I hope they find you and they arrest you.
These are past demeanors. They
care.
can't come and arrest me.
You know them 2 viewers that you be getting. That's the feds right there.
The 2 viewers are only police officers, and like, oh, these are some black YouTubers. Let's watch them, see if they do anything wrong.
Man, I can
so
black in his voice.
I remember, I remember I told you and Gabriel, I sent y'all a picture actually. All right, so there was a time I didn't have a job, like when I was going to high school, to West Side. Yeah, I don't go there anymore. It doesn't matter. When I was going there, I didn't have a job, and I wasn't trying to look for a job, and I was always hungry. So what I did was, one day I went to HEB.
Oh, God.
And it started off small. I would take like a bag of chips and then just like put it in my pocket and leave. And then I remember one day I went in there. So I was like, nobody cares. I went in there one day. I put a fuck ton of stuff in the basket. I was like, hey, then I left the basket in the store. And then I went around to the front. I said, hey, can I have some bags? And then they gave me some bags. So I went back in the store in the other entrance, put all the foods in bags. I found a receipt on the ground, then just took it and just walked out the store.
Okay, no. No.
Yes, it was bad.
Like, you should actually have been arrested.
Like sometimes he would call us. Sometimes he would call us when he was doing it.
I was like, hey, I'm about to go steal. I just need to.
I'm
I
like,
just need
no.
to talk to you. I saw I don't look suspicious.
Oh, that's all the feds needed. That's all the feds needed.
I haven't done it in a while.
Michael, that's why I say you can't be pissed off when like people stare at you when you walk through the store.
Hey, hold on. That's a different story though.
What you steal?
I stole food. I stole food because I was hungry. I don't go in there and try to steal a pair of socks. I went and I stole food because I was hungry.
Look, think of how many black kids they see rolling through the store. They're saying they're just hungry and they're stealing. So I mean, you can't be pissed off when they say they see a black kid and they're like, "Oh, he might steal."
All right,
Steal.
all right, but do I have a right to be pissed off when they ask me if I did drugs in the bathroom?
You are literally a stereotype.
Not really.
No.
You have dreads. You have dreads.
Statistic. That's all you're.
I'm just a percent to the man. Is that it? I'm just a percent.
You're just a no.
Exactly.
You're just
You're
a number.
Right.
You're a number. You're just a
I'm
number.
a number.
Another rotten number.
When this uploads.
Now, what happens is, all right, there are white kids doing this too, but they get away with it because they don't look sus.
Yeah.
They ain't looking sus.
Let me say though, there's some white kids that I remember when I was there. It was this white kid, and he was like, "Hey, I'm about to go and I'm about to steal. Do you want something?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good." This man came back. His shirt was like full of food, and I just didn't understand how he got away with it. It was like a miracle, and they didn't say anything to him. They just didn't say anything.
It's because as soon as you walk into a place with some bright colored skin, right, some nice and clean skin, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you walk into the place, right, all suspicion is immediately taken off you. They'll look at you real quick and they'll be like, "Oh, it's just a white boy." But then when they see that brown boy come in the store, they'll be like, "Hey,
Look at Darky over there.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Unless you're hanging around like a bunch of black people, like the white person's not going to be suspect to them.
I mean, even then, this is what they could do. The white person can go in after the black people. He could tell them act like they stealing, so he could go. This is the perfect plan. Have one white friend and then just have a bunch of black friends. Tell that white friend to steal while you and the darkies go around and act like y'all doing stuff just to fuck with the store manager. And then, after he's got everything and he leaves the store, then y'all can leave. Act like y'all pissed off. Y'all like, "Oh man, fuck you, oh yeah," and then just leave. it's sad that I think of these things. It's actually sad
Y'all
because I
acting
know how to
like you
steal.
doing it just to fuck with the manager. Y'all would have done that shit anyway. Knowing little niggas.
They probably would have stole anyway, even with their friend. They would have just not been able to resist it.
Walking through the store, actually just throwing shit on the ground in front of the employee.
Michael.
Yeah, me, Corey, and Gabriel, we got kicked out of Target once.
That was their fault. That was all their fault.
We got kicked out of Target because
Like 100%.
See, I knew one of these fucking days y'all gonna get kicked out of the store.
Let me
So,
tell
guess
you
what?
why. No, let me tell you why. Because I was the innocent bystander here. I was the innocent one. So
You're not a bystander.
I was a bystander in that situation.
You're a bystander.
So we went there, and then we went to the toilet paper aisle because we had already been in there. We were like messing around and stuff. We went to the toilet paper aisle. For some reason, they got it in their head. Like I think it was Gabriel who just like threw it at Michael, and then like Michael was like, "No, I'm not gonna take that." So they picked some toilet paper and tissue up, and he threw it back. So they were throwing toilet paper and tissue at each other. I picked up a little package for the fidget spinner, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." And then they hit me. One of them hit me with the tissue, and it broke open the package for the fidget spinner, and I was like, "Shoot." So then I just left. I started playing with it, and then I was like, all right, this is enough, and I put it back and I left. So then we left the aisle, and before we left the store, because they were like, all right, we got everything we need, they decided, let's go back. So we went back, and we were walking, and Gabriel shoved me into the shelf. My arm hit it, and then a package of like paper towels fell, and he looked at it. And then he looked at Michael, and then he threw it at Michael, and I was like, okay. So then him and Michael started throwing it at each other again. They had the little toilet paper battle, and then after that we were about to leave. I was the first one walking away, and then from around the corner you just hear, yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to leave. And I was like, what? And then she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave. You just see a small framed employee coming from around the corner. And she's like, yeah, I know you guys been on this aisle a couple of times. I'm going to have to ask that you leave. And then we were all just like basically just shook at that point. We were like, shoot, we didn't know. And I had looked at the cameras prior to that. I looked at the cameras up at the top prior.
That's not it. No. Okay, we kind of were suspicious because when we came back to the aisle, we walked back.
Everything was back. No, but you guys put everything back though. You guys put everything back.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
We didn't put anything back. I don't remember putting anything back. Plus, the fidget spinner was gone when we got back.
Yeah, the fidget spinner was gone. That was my first clue. I was like, wow, that's kind of suspect.
Because I remember I was like, I want that fidget spinner, and I was gonna take it. But we got back, and the fidget spinner was gone, and the aisle was clean. But me and Gabriel decided to dick around anyway.
And then
we got caught, and it was.
We were walking out, and the manager came over. He's like,
the manager, he just came over here like, so y'all the ones who trashed my store, huh?
And then he was like, he's like, oh, you're gonna buy that? You're gonna buy that in your hand? We were like, yeah.
Buy that?
And he was like, you're gonna mess up my store next time? We were like, no. And he was like, good.
And
then we left.
Then we bought it and we left. It was.
I was like, God, I hate you guys.
Which Target was this?
The one close to your house.
The one that we used to go to.
Oh, see, now you can never go back.
No, we went there again, though. We went there.
We went there again, though. We went back. And they didn't say, like, I saw the manager, but I made sure to just stay out of his sight. I was like, I don't want any problems. So I stayed out of his sight. But no, they didn't ban us. They just kicked us.
Yeah, they just kicked us out.
Just to leave. Yeah,
I was like, they had to leave the store. That was one of the funniest moments. But
I was at Target today, and there was like an unnatural number of employees there. Like almost their entire staff was there for some reason, and it's not like a special day.
Let me get back to the stealing thing really quickly. So my friend Malik, he played Yu-Gi-Oh with me, and like he wanted some cards. So I was like, all right, let's go to Target. It's a Target by Westside. I was like, all right, let's go to Target so we could get some cards. And I stole them. So we went and we stole the cards. And then, because he was really nervous, he's like, oh, Michael, I don't want to do this. And I stole them. And then the next time I was with him, he was like, Michael. I was like, yeah. He's like, let's go to Target. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I want to get some new cards. I was like, okay. We went to Target. Like I was doing whatever I was doing, and then I see him sitting down, and I just see him shoving like booster, like he kept grabbing a handful of booster packs and just shoving them into his backpack. He's like, Mike, give me a backpack real quick, and he just shoved like a fuck ton of booster packs into my backpack, and I was like, okay, Malik, I didn't think that this was gonna happen. We just was gonna steal like a couple of things and then leave. This man took every booster pack in the store.
He's like, nah, we're going the whole 9 yards.
We took every booster pack in the store, and then I remember because I was like, I might as well. I took one of the ancient gear golem structure decks because I really wanted it, and then we went to the bathroom. We went into the stall, and we just opened up every booster pack in the. Me and him just went into the stall, just opened up every booster pack, and then like me and him were really nervous. We were like, I really hope they don't come in there because we didn't even throw them in the trash. We just kind of just left them on the floor.
You guys are bad.
Okay, what the? Hold on. First off, nah. Sus. Hold on a second. Hold on. First off, the feds are still watching. Second off, why were you in a stall opening Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Because he wanted to see if he got a certain one. So like we just like went into the stall and we opened a package. And when somebody would come in the restroom, me and him would stand on the toilet seat.
Gay. Okay. Why didn't you just leave with all of the? Why? Who wouldn't just leave?
Because we had, because I remember I was on the phone. Oh, because I remember I was on the phone with Stacy once, and I walked out of Walmart after stealing some cards, and he was like, somebody's stealing. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, whenever that noise plays, that means somebody's stealing. And I was like, shit.
Oh, he scared Michael so bad.
I got so scared.
Was it like a real noise?
Yes, it was a real. It was the actual noise from when somebody's stealing, but it was. Stacey was like, "Nah, it goes off when it goes off all the time randomly." But Michael got so scared, he was about to cry.
I was so scared. I was like, "Oh shit!" But nobody was near the front.
Wait, you can't handle the consequences of your actions?
I don't want to handle the consequences of my actions. It's not that I can't. I don't want to.
They can't do nothing to you when you're off. When you're out of the building, they can't do anything to you. It's over.
That's why I hurried him and got the fuck up out the building. I sprinted from that Walmart. And that's why I don't steal from Walmart that much. When they got the good shit, I go in there, I open up the cards, and then I dip.
They've already been defeated. The game is over.
I'm gonna just make sure that I tweet. I'm gonna clip these parts and I'm gonna tweet them to HEB and Walmart.
I stole from y'all several times.
Michael, if you steal, you have to be prepared to get arrested. Like that's just you can't like do things and expect to like just like not ever deal with the consequences, the repercussions.
Okay. With the HEB
to be
thing,
arrested for these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, my guy.
With the HEB thing, the only reason I stopped is because one of the managers caught me one time, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to pay." So I walked back in the store, and he followed me, and I waited till he was doing something else.
Nigga, you stole from your job?
No, from HEB, not Kroger. I would never steal from my job.
Oh.
But like from the HEB, like I was, one of the managers caught me, and he was following me around the store after that because I pretended to wait in line. And then he did something, and I sprinted out of the HEB. I was so mad because I got some good ass food that I really wanted to eat, and he just stopped me. It was, those pirouette, those like wafer cookies. Them shits is so good, and I had like 2 or 3 of those, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat good tonight. And then he just stopped me, and I haven't stolen ever since.
When was this?
This is at HEB. This is when I would do the basket thing. Like
how long ago?
I was like, it was when I went to Westside. It was like a couple months ago. Like around.
No way that somebody wouldn't catch on to this. I know I've seen this little dread-headed nigga walk out of my store.
No, I made sure not to do it like day after day. I would go like 1 or 2 times a week, and then I wouldn't go back.
Fucking weak.
But Cameron, I did steal from my job when I worked at Kroger's. First, Kroger's is the shittiest place to work. When I worked at Kroger's, I worked in the bakery, and but to be fair, my coworkers, they told me, they're like, yeah, we steal the cakes all the time. And I was like, okay. So I remember I went and I went, because I would close. I would close the bakery down, so I would wait, and I would go and I would just like I'll go into the freezer. And I just put cakes in my backpack, and sometimes I just take bread and just put it in my backpack. That was those were the times.
Didn't you just say you would never steal from your job?
I did say.
Yeah,
I would
that's
never
what. That's
steal
why.
from my job.
That's why I was about to
I
call
did.
you a liar. That's why I was about to call you a liar.
Bread? Why
But-
would you even take that?
Cause I take cakes and donuts and shit, and then I take them home. I eat them and I give them to my sister. That's why.
Aw, good big brother is stealing for his family.
No, I only stole for Taylor. That's it.
You're Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm Robin Hood. I steal from the rich and I give to the poor.
Steal from the poor and
Nigga
give to the
hood.
even more poor.
Nigga hood.
Man.
I say that I would never steal from a
Yeah,
job, but to be
thieving,
fair,
Negro.
I fucking hate it. That was the worst job that I've ever had. Cause like, okay, I worked as the tortilla boy, and this is what happened. I would get there, I would let the tortillas thaw out, and then I just like, this is what I would do for 8 hours. Put them in the thing. I just put them in the like tortilla maker, and then just put them in the plastic wrapper. That's all I did, 8 hours straight, and they wouldn't let me listen to music. So I was just sitting there looking at people walk by, just doing this. It made me.
Michael, that's exactly what my job was at the rodeo. I just sat and stared at the sky.
Hey, but that's easy
Okay.
money though.
No, rodeo is easy money.
Unless
I
you're
was
in
getting
food.
paid minimum wage.
Unless you're in food.
Yeah,
No,
I know Kroger pays.
Boy, Michael, you could stare at the sky doing nothing, just staring. 8 hours.
For fucking rodeo money, nigga, they pay you a lot. Fuck yes.
For like 2 weeks of work, you get like if you work just about every day, that's like at least 1,300, if not 1,500.
Yeah, no, you could have made a lot of money at the rodeo, Cameron. That's why I was so upset when you just like quit. I was like, come on, man, you could have made a lot of money. Like, but let's just say this: you didn't work food, Cameron, so you don't understand the pain.
No.
When me, Jacory, and Gabriel worked food, that was like the worst thing ever. People were stupid. And it's not like they would do it to everybody. Literally, they would only come to me, Jacory, and Gabriel. Jacory the most. I
Hey,
felt.
it was entitled rodeo goers. Gotta deal with it.
I felt so bad for Jacory because they would always just make him go into this they made him go into this it was a trailer
Yeah.
where you would go in to make bacon or just whatever they wanted you to make, and Jacory used to have to go in there a lot, and they sent me in there once to make fries, and I got sick because I was in there for like 4 hours just making fries.
Yeah, see what they
All
would
I
do?
remember was-
I would be out for like 2-3 hours yelling orders at people, and then go in there for like 2-3 hours and like make fries and stuff. And it was that every day, and I'm just like, oh my god.
But then what they did, but why you got that? Oh, you got that.
Okay, Michael, heads up. I'm not gonna be able to respond because I'm eating. I can't hear you without having my thing right next to my ear. So, yeah.
Okay. But okay. So I was you remember they had 2 Texas State kickouts. The first Texas Steakhouse, the one that we worked at, was like okay, but I remember the funniest thing when Gabriel got in trouble because he said the woman said that he frowned at him, but she couldn't see his face because it was smoke everywhere, and so he got in trouble, and they sent him back to the first Texas Steakhouse, and because they never sent him back to that one, they would always send me to that one. I would always be at the Texas Steakhouse, and it was so bad. Because like I think customers that went to that one were even stupider. And then not only that, one day the manager Sarah, she came up to me. She's like, "Yeah, Michael, could you?" I forgot what her name was. She's like, "Yeah, Michael, could you watch? What's her name?" And I was like, "Okay." And then after that girl left, she's like, "Yeah, Michael, the reason I told you to watch her is because she's been stealing out of the registers." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, she's stealing out the registers. So whenever,
Yes!
she was like, whenever you get the chance, just watch her." And I was like, and this is what I said. This is my exact response. I was like, "Why don't you fire her?" She's like, "Because we can't afford to fire anybody right now because we need as much help as we can." and it was just the stupidest thing. They said they were just gonna take it out of her paycheck, but they didn't know how much money she was stealing. So like whatever they took out of her paycheck, I'm pretty sure she didn't care. She was getting caked up anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I'm not quite okay. That's not a good trade. If you know the bitch is stealing,
Fire her.
what?
Like she was still like, okay, I know stealing food, that's not the best thing, but she was stealing actual money.
Yeah, she was stealing
From,
straight
like-
up money
Like,
from the drawer.
she was just going. She was reaching into the cash register and pulling out money. She was stealing from RCS directly, and they didn't fire her.
Yeah, like
If you're taking food, that's different. Like you waste hundreds of pounds of food every day.
Yeah, and see, and that's the thing that pissed me off too. They didn't want to give a. I remember like afterwards, me and Jacory and Gabe were like, we're always asked, yeah, can we have the food? And they want us to pay for it. They would rather throw away the food than let people have it for free.
Yeah, that's
So
some
I remember-
GameStop. That's
Yeah.
some GameStop shit right there.
So I remember I would like shove, like whenever nobody was paying attention, I would shove like turkey legs and other food into like the little backpack that I had before I left.
Steal
And hey,
from your job.
look here. They were gonna throw it away. That's the difference. They were literally.
Yeah, no, they were.
gonna throw it
Even
away.
our manager, he was like, "Yeah, they're just gonna throw it away. You guys take it
I'm not
away."
even talking about that. I'm just talking about how like quick one like Michael can say something, then it would be like his life has been a totally different story. I'll never steal from my job. He stole from
Well,
his
okay,
job.
well, let me say this then. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. That'd be a lie too.
Like if Michael's a liar and a thief.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, guys:
Fun
Michael's
fact.
a liar and a
Most
thief.
most people think they're above average in intelligence.
Oh,
Most people, like in general,
wait, you say most people think what?
they're above average in intelligence.
I don't think that I'm above. I know that I'm stupid. I do some of the.
I'm talking about in general.
In general, people do.
Nah, we cooning out here. You already know.
Oh, and this is the thing that people say, like, not people, my parents. They always be telling me that Cameron is the stupidest person ever. I'm just like, you just don't know. Cameron is not actually. He's not
Wait,
actually.
why
stupid
specifically Cameron?
because Cameron, you don't care if I put your stuff out there, do you?
No. Yes.
What? I think he
Hello.
what?
I'll say yes to my mom. I'll say you know. I don't.
Okay, so he doesn't care what. Okay, so basically, cause like Cameron, he didn't really like doing. I remember in school, he didn't really like doing the work in school. He just wouldn't do it. And I remember Mr. Gray, he came up to me one time to talk about that because Cameron never did his work. But yeah, Cameron never really liked to do his work. I liked Mr. Gray, but Cameron, he never did work. He just like in middle school he did, but in high school he stopped doing his work. And my mom, she was like, "Oh yeah, your friend Cameron, he's kind of stupid." Because I remember one day we're going to the movies, and he said that he said this. I know just to mess with my mom. He told her, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a wanderer." And after that, she would always say, "Man, Michael, your friend Cameron gonna be." She wouldn't even say Cameron. She'd say, "Yo, hobo friend." She would just call Cameron a hobo. She would just call him a hobo.
Well, why would she take that seriously?
I don't know. I don't know why she would take it seriously. Which I thought it was funny. She always just say, "Your hobo friend," and it was always the funniest thing to me.
If
But
some girl walked up to me, like stolen clothes, she'd be like, "I'm gonna be a gypsy." I'd be like, "Well, that's fine."
I'm like, "Go ahead, girl. You do your gypsy thing."
Yeah, like
Wait, they still think I'm a retard.
They still think he's stupid, and I'm like, Cameron's not. I tell them Cameron's not stupid. He's actually really smart. They're
I'm
like,
gonna grow
why
up
he
to
don't
be a
do
crack addict.
Yeah, I'm like, Cameron's actually really smart. Cause you're actually really smart. You've told me stuff, Cameron, that makes so like I've never even thought about. Like, you blew my mind that one day when you were talking about how people act. Like, if you do certain stuff, the way that people are gonna respond to it. And then when I went and did it, they responded that way. I was like, damn, this nigga Cameron actually know what he's talking about. But they just say that you're stupid because you don't do your work. And that's really like, that doesn't judge if you're smart or stupid. People could cheat in school all the time. Like, you know how I passed pre-cal? You know how I passed pre-cal, right, Ethan?
By the
You
grace
remember
of
that,
God.
not the grace of God.
You passed almost every one of your classes.
By the grace
Magic
of
70.
God.
Magic. No. what was his name? Jacoby, what
Coach
was his name? He
Hughes.
said,
How could you forget his name?
Coach Hughes. Coach Hughes, he was the best. He was the best teacher ever.
That
He
man-
said, if y'all don't pass my class, magic set. That's literally
No,
how
that
I
is not
passed
what he
this
said.
man.
Okay, Coach
What-
Hughes,
what
okay,
did-
Coach Hughes knew the student situation.
Yeah, no, he knew our situation. Our situation was bad. Okay, algebra 1, we learned algebra 1. Geometry, like we learned like the beginning, then our teacher left. We had no teacher for the rest of the year. Algebra 2, Mr.
Alcantara. It was on the board. Michael, that was actually our fault though. It was on the board. He explained it on the board.
And
It was on the board.
whenever you would say, Mr. Alcantara, we'd be like, Mr. Alcantara, I don't understand that. Could you repeat it? You're like, I just showed it to you on the board. Well, yeah, I don't understand, Mr. Alcantara. Could you repeat it?
But it's on the board.
But I just showed it to you on the board. And so, by the grace of God, first semester I failed this man's class with a 69. I was so pissed off. Second semester,
Failed it. I failed his class, but somehow I still got the credit for it.
I mean, really,
It's just my oversight.
if I was almost about to pass a class and the teacher was like gonna fail me, I was like, let's be real, man. You went to high school 10, 20 years ago. You know it's bullshit. You know it's just babysitting team, training team. Just pass me.
like literally, there's a lot of stuff that we
But,
learned
like-
in high school that I don't remember.
Okay, so the math. Okay, Westbury students, the math course.
I don't know math. I don't know math.
It's literally okay. Here's how it went. Like, I would say about 30% of Westbury students like that were that graduated last year. I'd say that our graduating class, only about 30% of us actually had like a math teacher all the way through their education. Because like for our senior year, we actually had multiple math teachers that actually knew how to do their job. Nobody quit. We had teachers, but then come next year, geometry, we had math teachers, but then one of them quit, and then like half the students got sent in a class with a permanent substitute. I forgot her name. She was a cool lady, but we couldn't learn. She literally didn't know how to teach us the material because that wasn't her field. She wanted to be like an English teacher, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I remember me, Jacory, and Leonard. We didn't do anything in that class. We would play Yu-Gi-Oh in that class.
But because of that, we literally, because the first semester of geometry class is literally just like shapes, but then you get into math in the second. We didn't get that part at all because half of us didn't have teachers, and then the other half, if they were lucky, right, they didn't get Mr. Alcantar next year.
Mr. Alcantar was just the worst teacher.
See, that's where that 30% comes in. It would be like 50 or 40 something. It would be like that, but that's where the half comes in because you have to get lucky enough to get one of the two other math teachers for algebra 2.
Because I remember, even when we did go to quote unquote, tutorials for Mr. Alcantar, it still didn't matter.
Trash.
It still didn't matter.
It was I just showed it to you on the board. We're here for you to teach us, personally. We took the time out of our day. We took the time after school to come and ask you for help. I showed it to you on the board earlier. I just showed it to you on the board. Or he'll put something up on the board and he'll just sit there, staring blankly, this is my life. But dude, we're asking you for help. It's on the board. I remember one day. I remember when I officially gave up because it was the last day that I went to his tutorials probably 3 times, right? I went to his tutorial 3 effing times, and the last time I remember why am I even here? So I went up to him and I asked him, hey, could you show me how to do this? I forgot. And then he told me, but I showed it to you on the board earlier in class. Okay, goodbye. I walked away and I never spoke. I literally never uttered another word out.
And I remember my mom, she used to always say it was my fault. She's like, if you go to tutorials, you'll learn. But little did she not understand, Mr. Alcantar did not teach anything. I don't know how, I don't know how we passed Algebra 2.
That year, he was the only one doing tutorials because there are only about 3 math teachers. One of them was old, and one of them was
She would say, go to the other math teachers for tutorials. How? how can I go to the other teachers if they don't hold it?
Yeah, and not only that, Mr. Alcantar is one of those teachers that was like, he would give us he would help us with a worksheet, right, in class. He'd be guiding us through one portion of the eventually escalating math problems. So he'd give us, like, let's say, we'll have version A, right? He'll help us with version A.
Oh, yeah. I
But
know.
then, when we get to version A2, it's like, I showed it to you on the board, but like, we literally don't know how to do this. Like, you didn't teach us how to do this part of it. Are we supposed to figure it out, or?
Version A2 was always, it was always different from version A1.
And then there would be more. He would show us literally the base of what we're doing that day, and then he'd give us the rest of it. Like, okay, do it for homework. And I'm like, there's literally no way for me to figure this out. Like,
I don't think I did any of Mr. Alcantar's homework, to be fair. I don't think I ever did any of
I
his
honestly didn't. I scribbled on the paper. I put like numbers on the paper. Like, I can't do. And people wonder, like, Miss Coach Hughes was the only person that really realized, because he listened to us. He was like, "Yeah, you guys didn't have math teachers."
Like, he understood, which is why I like. I actually, and that's the thing. That's why I like it, because I know I didn't understand it, but I would try to actually do the work in Coach Hughes' class.
I really wanted to try, but I couldn't. I didn't have fundamentals. Like he already knew. Like, yeah, you know your fundamentals. He tried to teach it to us, but by that time it was like too late because we still had to learn the next part of our math. Like,
we were too far gone. He couldn't just go back and teach us. Like Algebra 1, I understood.
If you don't have geometry and Algebra 2 skills,
Geometry
you can't hope to continue.
Geometry was like the building blocks of a pre-cal. It was like the building blocks of it. If you didn't get geometry, you couldn't do pre-cal.
Literally just can't, and it's so stupid how that even happened. Like, I just think, and Mr. Alcantar knew, right? Towards the end of the year, he had this weird grin on his face, like, I'm never coming back.
Boys, that's enough. That's all the time we have for this podcast. So, I'm gonna have to ask everybody watching to come back next time with your glass of Yorkshine, ready to listen to us and just absorb all of this cringy, complaining, life-altering, just goodness.
But I will not be back. I will not return.
You heard him, folks. You heard him here. All right, everybody. Catch you later.